Good morning, students. I welcome you all for the online classes of economics. Today we will be going to learn the topic that is law of diminishing marginal utility. In the last class we have already learned the topic marginal utility, as we have learned that sum of marginal utility equals to total utility. Marginal utility means for a per unit whatever utility we are deriving, that itself is considered as marginal utility. And the last class we have also learned the relationship between MU and TU, as we have learned the consumers goods and the relation between the total utility and marginal utility, and when the total utility is maximum, what about the marginal utility, and all the points. Let us continue with that same topic. As the consumer has more of the goods, the TU increases less than in proportion and marginal utility gradually declines, but it's positive. When total utility is maximum, the line is called saturation point, where it is the line where marginal utility is 0, and here from this line only the next total utility will start coming negative. As marginal utility will start becoming negative, the total utility starts declining. If consumer is rational, he will stop at the 8 point. Here it is shown as in the 7 point also 29 is there, and the 8 point is also 29, but in the where the MU came at 0, that is the point where TU is the maximum, and from this point only the next level the MU starts coming negative and the TU will start declining. This is the relation between TU and MU. If consumer is rational, he will stop at 8 units definitely, because if he consume more unit, definitely his marginal utility derived means his satisfaction level will come down as his income level will increase. Next is the total law of diminishing marginal utility. The law states that as a consumer consume more and more units of a commodity, marginal utility derived from that each successive unit goes on diminishing. A stage will come when marginal utility becomes 0. At this point, total utility becomes maximum. If the consumer consumes beyond this stage, marginal utility becomes negative and total utility falls. It means that consumers start getting disutility, that is dissatisfaction, instead of getting satisfaction. Since economists believe that a consumer is a rational being, he wants to maximize his satisfaction. A consumer would not like to go beyond 0 marginal utility. This law can be explained with the help of following numerical example. So law of diminishing marginal utility, it clearly states that it is that line where the satisfaction level of the consumer gets over, and it's where the consumer will get maximum satisfaction. From that level itself, the consumption of goods will decline and his utility level also will start negative. So that law is known as law of diminishing marginal utility. One more example we can say take here, like for example it is given apple consumed by different consumer. Units of apple consumed TU and MU, where the consumer number 1, his marginal utility comes 10. The total utility derived from of the consumer is 10. Units of apple consumed is 2 kg. Here marginal utility with increase of 1 unit from 1 to 2, the MU will start declining from 10 to 8, and the total utility will be definitely 10 plus 8 equals to 18. Where the units of apple will consume, one more unit will increase from 2 kg to 3 kg. The marginal utility, instead of increasing, it will decline because it will more satisfied to the consumer, and now the consumer's satisfaction level is going down. From 8 it will come to 6, 2 units again decline. Total utility will be increasing as 10 plus 8 plus 6. It will be coming 24. So here the consumer total utility is 24. Now from 3 to 4, another 1 unit has been increased. Now the MU, marginal utility, the satisfaction level of consumer again came down, that is 4. So now the total utility from counting from 1 kg to 4 kg, it will be coming 28. Same way from 5 it will be 2. And the next level of when it comes to 6, definitely 2 more units will decline of MU, it will come 0. and the satisfaction level will be the maximum. Total utility will be 30 plus 2. Again we will be seeing that here will be coming 32. Here it is the level where the 6th unit, the maximum consumption will be done by the consumer and he will be satisfied. Now the answer will start coming negative from this point. The TU will start declining and MU will start coming negative. The above table show that as a consumer consume first unit of apple, he get 10 utils as marginal utility. When he consumes second unit, he gets 8 utils as MU, and so on. This proves that marginal utility declines continuously as the consumer consumes more and more units of the same commodity. It is common for us when we are getting the first time anything. It is giving less satisfaction level to us as we want more. But when we start consuming more and more units of the same product, definitely our satisfaction level goes down, and in a situation we will stop consuming that type of goods another time. It is known as law of diminishing marginal utility. Earlier in the first utility we were having importance, so the MU was more. As we start consuming more and more units of that same product, definitely our psychological satisfaction will come to an end, and at a certain level we will stop consuming that goods more any time. Assumption of the law of DMU, diminishing marginal utility. The law of diminishing marginal utility holds good when the following assumptions are satisfied. The very first standard unit of measurement is used. If the unit of measurement is very large or very small, then the law will not hold. Example of inappropriate units are rice measured in grams, water in drops, diamonds in kilograms. So every unit must have some standard. Like when we get 1 cup of tea, it will satisfy that instead of 1 spoon of tea. We in the satisfaction standard unit of consumption of tea is cup of tea. It will be measured as 1 cup of tea, 2 cups of tea, and like that, not 1 spoon of tea or 2 spoon of tea. So some standard unit must be there to understand the law of diminishing marginal utility. Homogeneous commodity. All units of the commodity consumed are homogeneous and perfect substitutes. Means like goods have to be taken, not like that today we are consuming apple, tomorrow the oranges, and this will decline our marginal utility. Same goods continuously for a long period of time we have to take, so that we can understand how our satisfaction levels shift from up to down. Continuous consumption. The diminishing marginal utility says that we have to continuously consume, then only we can understand the DMU. The law of DMU holds only when consumption of successive units of a commodity is without a type gap. Mental and social condition of the consumer must be normal. The law will hold when consumer's mental condition is normal, his income and taste are unchanged, and his behavior is rational. Then only we can understand the diminishing marginal utility. Assumptions of utility approach. The assumption of the cardinal utility approach is that utility can be measured, that is, can be expressed in exact units. Utility is measurable in monetary terms. Consumer's income is given. Prices of commodities are given and remain constant. Constant marginal utility of money, it means that importance of money remains unchanged. Marginal utility of money is addition made to utility of the consumer as he spends one more unit of the money income. This is assumed to be constant. So this is the assumption we have to keep in mind, that utility can be measured. It must have some monetary value so that we can measure with other income. Consumer income is given. And the third, prices of commodity must also be given. And it remains constant. Constant marginal utility of money must be there. It means that the importance of money remains unchanged. Then only we can understand the diminishing marginal utility. Consumer's equilibrium meaning. A consumer is said to be in equilibrium when he maximizes his satisfaction given income and prices of the commodities. So he always match the price of the goods with the income level, and thus increases his satisfaction level by consuming more and more units of the same goods. So a consumer is said to be in equilibrium when he maximizes his satisfaction with the given income and prices of the commodities. Then only we can say consumer equilibrium. In economics, consumer is the one who takes decision about what to buy for satisfaction of wants. Consumer takes decision on the basis of his preferences, his income, and the prices of the commodities which are prevailing in the market. Commodity X. Since both his money income and commodity X have utility for him, he can either spend his money income on commodity X or retain it with himself. If the consumer holds his income, the marginal utility of commodity MUX become greater than marginal utility of money income. In that case, total utility can be increased by exchanging money for goods X. It means if he is not consumed with the commodity X, instead of that he will keep the money. So definitely the marginal utility of commodity becomes greater than marginal utility of money income. In that case, total utility can be increased by exchanging money for goods X. Definitely when income is more than the commodity value, then the person can, instead of keeping that income, he can purchase more units of X so as to make more satisfied for the consumption of goods X. Thus, a consumer is in equilibrium when he satisfies the following condition. The marginal utility of the good must always equal to the price of the product. MUX must be equal to PX. Consumer's equilibrium in case of single commodity can be explained with the help of following schedule. Given that utility is a cardinal concept, the MU from different units of a goods X can be measured in terms of money. Suppose price of goods X is rupees 5 per unit. That is PX. Price is 5 per unit. It will remain constant though the commodity consumption will increase. Let us see the consumer equilibrium table. Unit of goods we can see there, MUX we can see, and price, which I said it will be remaining constant, that is rupees 5. How the marginal utility will increase or decrease we will see. Units of goods X is 1 unit. Price 5 rupees. How many consumption the consumer is doing? 8 units. Marginal utility derived of the consumer is 8. When the units of goods will increase 1 more unit, that is 2. Price is same, that is 5. But here the MUX is declining, that it came from 8 to 6. Now the question will be in mind of the student that why MUX is always declining, shown in the figure table. How could be, why it is not increasing? It is common behavior of the human being. When first time the commodity is consuming, the satisfaction level is more. When the same unit, though they are liking the product, but when it is consumed in increasing order, the satisfaction level of the person start declining from the same good, and when he will be increasing the consumption of the same good, his satisfaction level will go more down. So that is the MUX, marginal utility derived from the consumption of the goods will start declining. That's why MUX is going down. When increase from 2 to 3, 1 more unit has been increased, it start declining from 6 to 5. Prices remaining same, but here MUX equals to PX. It is the level where consumer gets maximum satisfaction. So it is the consumer equilibrium point, because in the study we have learned where MUX equals to PX, that is the line where consumer gets maximum equilibrium. Means his income level will match to the satisfaction level of the goods what he is consuming. So how many goods he will consume, then he will get satisfied, that is 3 units of goods X he will purchase, then he will get marginal utility of X equals to 5, which will match with the price X. That is the line where the consumer will get consumer equilibrium. Table 2.2 shows that if PX equals to rupees 5, then the consumer will buy 3 units of goods X. If the consumer buys less than 3 units, say 2 units, then the MU he derives from 2 units is worth rupees 6 and the price he pays rupees 5. Since his marginal utility X greater than PX, he buys more. In other words, since price is less, he buys more, which is the logical basis of the law of demand. So in this table, I want to explain one more thing. When the price of goods was 5, but the income level of the person was more, he was purchasing more units of X, that was 8. Then the person's income again has prices remaining 5, but the MUX of the person is, the income is more, then he again purchased 6 units of goods, but the unit of consumption is also increasing too, and that's why he had marginal utility 6. Still the person is having money, so he want to consume one more unit of goods X, so that is the 3. When he increase, here his MUX is matching with the PX. It is the level where the person in future will cannot think to purchase more units of the goods, as his income will become less. So a person can increase his utility consumption till his income is still. When his income will match with the total cost of the goods, what he's want to satisfy his want, definitely in the next level he will not increase his units of consumption. So here it is the line from where the consumer cannot think to purchase more units of goods, because his income will start declining as compared to price of the goods. A consumer will not buy more than 3 units of X, because if he buys 4 units of X, then the price he pay rupees 5 will be more than the marginal utility he derive, which is worth rupees 4. Hence, in order to maximize utility, a consumer will buy that quantity of the good where the MU of the good is equal to the price that he has to pay. Therefore, a consumer is in equilibrium when he consumes 3 units of goods X, because at 3 units of goods X, MU of goods equals to price of the product. The consumer's equilibrium condition is geometrically illustrated in figure 2.2 at point E. We can see here, we can see the two axes. If you are not, this is the figure 2.2 where you can say it is the x-axis and it is the y-axis. In the y-axis we can see the price, and the x-axis we can see the quantity. As the quantity was increasing, we can point out like this. Here it is the x-axis and here it is the y-axis. In the x-axis we can see that quantity, in the y-axis we can see the price. We can point out now, here it is the point number 0, and here after point we can see point number 1, 2, and here it is a point number 3, and here after that 4, and that quantity increases 5. Here we can same way we can have the prices 2, 4, we can have positively 2, we can have 4, here we can have 6, here we can have 8, and there point number 10. So what the way the consumer was purchasing here, in the graph we can see there, when he was consuming 1 unit he was purchasing, his satisfaction levels 1 unit quantity, here can say V1, here it was 8. When 2 units he purchased, his satisfaction level go to 6. When 3 units quantity he purchases, his satisfaction levels was 5, that is mid of 6 and 4. And then the 4 units when he purchased, here it was 4 to 4, and 2 units when he purchased, here it was 5. This is the line how it has been drawn, thus touching the point of insertion, that is, so that was the graph how it has been formed. So here the quantity, as I say to you, it can be shown with the points which is given there, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, 6, so on. Same way y-axis we can continue with the points which is given as MUX. Price has it is constant, P, MUX equals to PX. So here we can have the 2, 4, 6, 8 and 10. Here I said there has 1 unit he was purchasing, here satisfaction level was 8, and when the 2 units then 6, and when the 3 units then the 5 has it came central, and the 4 units it came 4 and it is 5. So this point of line insertion is considered as, this is the line where it is shown, that is a price remains same, that is the price MUX equals to PX, and this is the point where the consumer gets equilibrium, that is this area is the satisfaction level of the consumer. So figure 2.2 show consumer equilibrium case of one goods. Therefore a consumer is in equilibrium when he consumes 3 units of goods X, because at 3 units of goods X, MU of goods equals to price of the product. The consumer will buy OQ quantity of X in order to maximize his utility. Total gain fall if more is purchased after the equilibrium. 2 commodity case we will continue in the next class. In one commodity case you practice in your home. If any doubt you can send the message. I will again explain if any doubt. Thank you.